Ooh, missed the door. You saw me mic that door handle.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Look at that blaster. Running Berettas.
Tried and true.
Who's doing the SWAT hand standoff?
This is the
here?
wall of fame, dude. If you ever come teach a class, you
Matt.
better watch out because you'll end up on the...
Matt Pronka.
Yeah, we got Matt. We got a couple of our guys.
All right, so who are you?
I am Chris.
Chris.
I am Chris. I hail from, North Carolina by way of New York. You and I
You
have
look
met.
like a New Yorker. So what's interesting is he and I just met. He just walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you," and I'm like, "Do I know you?" And he's
I
like,
pooped him on the nose, too.
"Yeah." He went,
Yeah.
"Boop."
Yeah.
And you were running a training business
Yep.
in the Carolinas and got hired on because of your expertise to come up here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you do here?
I'm one of the 6 full-time firearms instructors here. And yeah, that's what we do. We put on training experiences for people, open enrollment type stuff.
And the building we're in is called?
The building is known as Vortex Edge, which is really a building built around like not just hosting like external customers, but we do a lot with our own internal people here as well.
You're one of them.
Yep.
And so we're in your team room.
Yep, that's right. You can see behind you guys. I mean, we have our lockers where we keep a lot of our equipment. Like a lot of, I'd tell you, like my foot locker is just mostly like just spare parts for guns and stuff. That's really all it is. So if you need anything, let me know.
And what's cool is you guys have all of SecureIt's products in here, securing
yes.
your stuff. I love seeing that.
Big fans of SecureIt stuff. Yeah, it's really, really sturdy and really organized way to keep guns too. You know what I mean? It's not just a bunch of guns.
But we don't want to make it about them. We've already done a video for those guys. So this building though is a range.
Yes.
Indoor range. You got a shoot house in here.
We do.
You guys do like no light, low light stuff.
Yep.
What else?
We also have a simulator room, which
cool.
is powered by our Virtua 300. Those guys are out of Arizona, and yeah, it allows us to kind of just put people in scenarios, as you well know. There's really two kind of sides to that system. There's a marksmanship side where we can build ranges out. We can shoot things out to 2,000 meters.
And we're using laser beams and light,
yep.
and it's
And air.
broadcast on the wall,
Yep,
right?
Yep. And each kind of screen has its own kind of telemetry setup where it's picking up the laser on the screen. It's
You guys
beaming
trying to
into the
make us
camera.
sound stupid using words like telemetry.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty good, dude. Yeah. I know words. You know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of reading beyond my inner city education. You know what I mean? So, but that's another capability we have. But like you said, all our ranges are equipped with a really cool lighting system. They allow us to kind of turn the lights off, so to speak, and do low light night vision work during the daytime. And we don't have to wait till 9 o'clock p.m. to go hot on a night vision course or anything like that. We can do it
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Right.
How does somebody come train here? Do you go online and find courses and sign up? Do they have to be invited? How does a person come train here?
Every one of our courses, every SKU that we offer is open enrollment.
Okay.
Right. So all you got to do is just go to vortexedge.com. What I recommend to people is like figure out what you want to do first. It's okay to like look at the entire catalog, but if you're interested in pistol per se, open the pistols page and then you can see all the offerings and then just pick a course that you like. And then you can see the dates that are offered and just pick one.
Cool.
We offer everything from intro level classes for pistol, carbine, and long range, which are hands down our most popular courses that we offer. And then we have pipeline courses for all 3 of those. So we have pistol 1 through 3, carbine 1 through 3, long range 1 through 3.
Build skills upon skills.
100%. Yep. And a lot of our courses are designed around just performance, right? The idea that shooting is shooting. The only thing that changes is like you might be wearing different clothes, if you're, a tactical guy or someone who does raids, or if you're a gamer, you know what I mean? The same kind of hard skills kind of transfer over, and that's kind of been the belief behind the curriculum that we've built here.
I like it.
Yeah.
Run the gun, not your mouth.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. This room also gets a lot of play. Like we do a lot of our own like personal development here. I spend at least
arm wrestling matches and stuff.
Yeah. That's what I meant by personal development. Yeah. No, I mean, I come in here, 30 minutes in the morning of dry fire.
Actually, you got the dry fire targets up on
we
the
got
wall.
dry fire targets. We got lines on the floor just to move around. Just, in the event that like all the ranges are occupied for whatever reason, there's no excuse. Like we can still put in some work in some way, shape, or form. So anyway, back to the lighting. Yeah, all the live fire ranges have that. The shoot house also has that. So like we have the ability to turn the lights off in there. One thing endemic to the shoot house is that we can control independent pods of lighting and corners. So we can make it really cool, really realistic lighting. Like it's not that just that like 1% like blanket light. Like in a scenario that starts like in a corner of the house that's well lit, may very well end up in a part of light or a part of the shoot house where it's completely dark and now I'm using white light. You know what I mean?
I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It gives us a lot of capabilities. Mickey, have you met Jimmy yet?
I don't think so, Jim.
Jimmy, this is Mickey. He runs a company called CarryTrainer.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate you. What do you do here?
I'm in charge of these guys. Well, not all the guys. But
So say it to his face, what you said to us back in the other room.
This is our kind of our office area. This is kind of where we all sit and knock out paperwork and have
What
meetings.
kind of paperwork do you have to do?
Oh, dude, our curriculum is they're living documents. So we're always kind of figuring out ways we can improve on stuff. So
This is cute.
yeah, that's our entire team there. That's how Ralphie feels about our pictures
Where's
there.
Jimmy? Oh, there he is. I was missing him. He didn't. Oh, I guess it counts.
But he's camouflaged.
It's
a little
not
bit.
quite the sweater. But
Yeah. But anyway, so our office area dumps out into like our own little version of a
Showroom.
showroom. Yep, where we have product, we have apparel, and we also have our own Vortex Edge branded stuff here.
I've noticed that.
Yep.
So people come to the range, they take a class, they want to leave with a souvenir and fly the flag of Vortex Edge.
Right. They want to shoot better, which this stuff makes you.
The hat
do
or shirt
instantly.
will.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
put the shirt on.
You just put the shirt on, and it's like your hit factors go up, splits go down.
Taking one of
Yeah.
those nationals.
Just what you're using now?
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to get used to it. So I used to be Team Razor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That one's probably not even on. So here I just changed the battery. It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've even put this on a couple match guns that I have, just to see what I can get away with. Pretty crazy how you can run them pretty hard still.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking that to the 2-gun sectional. All right. So this is the 50-yard range, which is currently really dark because we were just doing some night vision stuff in here. But all the observation areas are going to be the same. They're all ballistically sound. They all are designed to kind of keep the bullets on the range.
Kind of on the range is a good thing.
Kind of, sort of.
Thank you, sir. I'll get the
Yep.
next one.
That's for you guys.
Go ahead, buddy.
And then you guys can hear the air system going. But we like to keep things pretty tidy and clean in here. We do get the most use out of this range
Versus the 25?
versus the 25, yeah. But on this range, we have the ability, of course, to call the targets to and from, so we don't have to walk down every time. But it does make it to where, I mean, you can only do so much with the target systems on the rails, right? But the lighting conditions here are really cool because every base station has a lighting control, every carrier has a control, so we can do some really rad things with the lighting. We can control the temperature. Heck, we can even pipe in Bluetooth music in here and do like
Well, why wouldn't you?
AC/DC to, riot noises,
Why
whatever floats your boat,
wouldn't
know
you?
what I mean? Yep.
So as students come in to do these classes, you guys work here and you got classrooms for students that come into to train?
Yeah, so typically a lot of our classes don't have a dedicated classroom
So you
time.
use the,
We'll go out and talk safety briefs
Makes
and do all
perfect
that,
sense.
the handling
Yeah.
stuff out there. But for the classes that do include like PowerPoints and stuff, we do have training rooms that we can walk those here next. And then on competition weekends, we are able to fit 2 full-size stages on here.
you guys running USPSA matches?
Yep. We actually
IDPA or just USPSA?
USPSA for now.
Good one.
But yep, this is our 100-yard range. The scale, if you will. I know Tucker spends a lot of time in here.
A lot of zero guns.
Very cool.
Yep. We don't just shoot long range on here. Like we'll bring like students during like our night vision curriculum and show them like holdovers and unders under nods. And I think it's pretty useful. We do a lot of 22. I know a lot of the guys up top like put together like
It works
22
with 22s,
leagues.
'cause we do a lot of demos in here for dealers or whoever
Yep.
may be helping with 22s because you can 0 at 50 and still have to hold like 7 minutes at 100.
Right.
Or, what is that, 2.5 mils or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice that you can still get the hold over, hold under inside
Yeah.
here.
We just
Again,
taught in Longmont, Colorado. They've got a 100-yard that's like 40 yards wide. We got to drive onto it and
That's insane.
it was pretty sweet. Drove my trailer and everything on there. It was like 18-foot ceilings. It was cool. Although it was so noisy.
Oh, I bet.
Just echoes.
Yeah, they
One
didn't.
thing they really did with all of these, and I don't know
Good
if
sound
just
baffling.
size makes it worse, but they put all of the, there's like 5 layers of stuff on the ceiling,
Yeah.
as well as the
This is nice.
stuff on the side. But it's not bad.
Yep.
It doesn't echo too bad.
No, we get a lot of use out of this place.
As long as the lead doesn't get too built up in you.
No, dude. There's a
Test a lot.
there's a white glove inspection of the ranges like on a weekly basis.
How often are you get tested?
By yearly right now. Real quick before we completely walk past this, but this is a cleaning room that got kind of transferred over to being like a multi-use like reloading room.
I think we're gonna have to send you guys some proper lubricants. I see junk.
But yeah, so intro reloading is something new that we rolled out this year, and it's gained a lot of popularity. So
Yeah, and people want to know how to do it. It's not like the old days where you learned from your dad.
Especially
Right.
when ammo is getting harder to get. You know?
right.
Stand on YouTube too.
I think if you shoot, you should know how to do it.
So this is our kind of our armory in here, where
Got
we
chamber flags, keep everybody
all the
safe.
safety stuff. Yeah, we have our ammo, we have our spare helmets and student nods and stuff like that.
Can students purchase ammo from you guys for classes or no?
As of right now, no, but we are standing that capability up, and we hope to have it kind of rolling here very soon. So each cage has kind of its own unique stuff in it. So these 2 cages are long range setups. So I can actually show you this one. So the cool thing about our intro classes is that they all include temp loading a gun and then ammo. So for $100 you get ammo, all the protective equipment you need, a gun, and you just literally have to show
You're
up
out
and
on
be
the
conscious.
50 running these, teaching them zeroing,
Right.
fundamentals of marksmanship
Right.
behind the long gun.
Yep, and we even we actually have an intro to long range tomorrow where the first thing that we go over is like mounting a scope.
What are you guys using, man?
These are Rugers. Yep, Ruger Precisions. We really don't do a whole lot to these. I mean, they all have our Strike Eagle 5-25 on there. Oh, we did replace the stocks because these are just a little more intuitive to adjust and make them unique to the student. But yeah, pretty simple.
These guys also have like an outdoor facility. They take that class too, just saying. It's not
So you
all
get them,
inside.
squared away in here,
Yep,
and then
yep.
they.
The last thing that a student does at intro to long range is that they shoot a very small Ace of Spades card, and then that's kind of the marker of success for them. They have to shoot the smallest possible group on there. But in our long range pipeline, we take people all the way out to the Grand on day 1.
Very cool.
Yep. And then those cages.
So who
over
does
there-
that? Because I know you don't have any shooting skills yourself. So
Nothing. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at all the things. I'm kind of unique, so to speak, because like I was a cop and Marine, and then I've really dove head over heels in carry optics here in competition, but I also sniped for a good part of my life. So like I've got my foot in like all the camps, but I do kind of dive more into like the pistol and the carbine stuff. But I mean, like two of the guys
and
that,
bicep exercises.
But 2 of the guys that we have here, one is a former Special Forces sniper instructor. And then we have another Marine Corps Scout sniper in here, and those two kind of head up the long range program. Then we have
Plenty
another
of
2
skills
guys.
to handle it, yeah.
We have a guy who's an active duty medic on a local SWAT team here. We have another guy who's been competing in carbines and pistols, gosh, since I was alive, I think. He's not that old, but I make fun of him for.
He's good.
He's
so
very
what
good,
you're
yeah.
telling the viewer is that if they come train here, they're getting a huge body of knowledge behind the
Right.
material.
Right, and and all of us, since I've gotten this job, we continually go to classes ourselves, and we just push each other. You know what I mean? Just like I said, I really look at those curriculum documents as living documents, and they like
Should be.
They're up
Yeah, it
for
should be.
for passing the Y test every so often.
Anything else that people should know about Vortex Edge?
You're just expect to have a good time and just have an open mind. A lot of the stuff that we put out kind of goes against a lot of the institutionalized like regurgitation that I kind of lived
Give me
with
an
for
example.
15 years. Follow through, right? The idea that you have to pin the trigger to the rear, and I just tell people, really, the reality is like follow through is just applying the fundamentals until the dot lifts or until your sights lift, and then what happens from there? You either have a choice, you can slow the gun down or you don't do that, right? So I've gotten away from.
You're talking about hyper-specific mechanics of marksmanship
right.
stuff.
And that's it, right? I like to give people a process, right? I'm a very process-driven person, so if I feel like if I give you a process by which to do something,
Why do I feel like he's trying to teach us right now?
No, not at all. But yeah. But if I can give you a process, you have something actionable that you can go back and dive into when stuff starts to fall off the rails.
That makes sense.
If I just tell you, hey, draw the gun fast, that doesn't really help you.
Right. You can't reaction that later.
Right. Exactly.
What am I doing wrong? How do I fix it?
Yeah. I like to give people homework and something that they can then go and write down on a piece of paper and look at and see, okay, I'm not seeing my dot. Maybe I do this, or just
hold the gun like a man.
Right. Hold the gun the right way is what I say. You know what I mean, but yeah, I think a lot of what we do here is like we meet people where they are. Like in a Pistol 1 class, like we might have super high speed SWAT dude on one end. We have 20-year NRA instructor, Marine Corps guy. And then we have like an accountant, you know what I mean?
Who's probably the best one out of the group.
9 times out of 10, that is exactly true. So yeah, you've been around this industry long enough,
he's
you know
probably
that.
the best one out of the group.
But we do. I think that humility and approachability goes a long way. So we meet everyone right where they are.
I like hearing that.
I don't try to just shove the curriculum down your throat and you're not ready for it. Like I'll make sure that I can spin you up as quickly as I can and get you where I want. And then we start talking about some concepts that we can all kind of just wrap our minds around and keep it going.
What do you carry?
I carry a Glock 45.
Nice.
Right now, yeah.
With the new dot.
Yes, I do.
Industry focuses on the door, and that's where all their weight is, and they show all the bolts and corner bolts and all this stuff. You cannot pry these open. Take a circular saw, cheap circular saw with a carbide blade, and we've got videos on this. It's a $20 blade. I cut a gun safe completely in half. It's a big safe. It's a minute, 20 seconds, and I cut a 12-inch hole in the side in 18 seconds. A determined thief who knows you have a safe will open it up in minutes. That's not why you have a safe. Now, we look at storage from a different standpoint. SecureIt, that's going back to our military, how and why the military stores firearms. If you're going to store firearms in your home or secure them in a method or in a way that gives you an advantage, that puts you at a tactical advantage. Most people own firearms. One of the reasons is home defense. Even your avid hunters say, well, I'm a hunter, but if somebody breaks in, I still want a firearm. So store them in a way that gives you an advantage. And our term is principles of decentralized storage. Break up the safe, store in small modular cabinets located throughout your home. Mm-hmm. Put you in you're much safer. The guns are safer for a lot of reasons we can go into, and you're never more than 3 seconds away from a firearm that is truly child safe.
What's the method of entry into these safes? Is there more
we
than
use
one?
we use simple push button locks.
Okay.
Like the fingerprint readers we would never use.
Yeah.
We consider this never fail technology. If somebody is in your house with a gun shooting at you, it has to open in a second or two. You don't have, in a fingerprint reader, if your fingers are dirty, wet, gloves, there's so many reasons they won't open.
Mm-hmm.